to see playoff baseball up close and personal this year. It was awesome. So talk a little bit about those regional games and super regional games here at the Dish.
Sure. So I'll take it back a little bit. So I'm going to answer your question. Don't worry. But so we had Ryan Zimmerman Day early in the year. We were retiring Zimmerman's number, and we pulled, I think it was like 4,700, maybe 5,000 fans. It was a bunch of fans. And that was kind of the first taste I got of, okay, Charlottesville is the real deal. Like they're pulling fans out of here. Like there's people everywhere. They're making noise. I mean, that was special. And I was like, all right, I don't know if we'll pull a crowd like that again. Kind of got to see. And throughout the year, I mean, we had awesome support. Don't get me wrong. But then when I came out to the regional, and I think we played Army first game, and I mean to see the stands packed like that, the Dish is buzzing.
Dude, at noon on a Friday.
I know it's crazy. Everyone called out of work. Everyone's there,
Yeah.
and I mean that was so awesome. And I think that honestly played a pretty big part in us continuing to play well and playing better than we had a couple weeks before that. Really just kind of getting re-energized by the fans. I mean, there's young kids running around all over the place.
Uh-huh.
There's some old people walking around having a great time. There's parents everywhere. I mean, it was really awesome, and I think that contributed in a very large way to us being successful in the end, making it to Omaha. But I mean, to see that many fans and then see our fans competing with the ECU fans for who can make more
That's what I was
noise.
going to say.
I mean, it was awesome. I think the ECU fans challenged us a little bit, and I
Dude,
think,
on Friday night,
oh yeah,
it was the ECU Oklahoma game, and we came for that game. And it was like the ECU fans took over the stadium because, none of the UVA guys were there really. So y'all are playing the next day. And I'm like, a little bit nervous. I'm like, yo, these ECU fans were live. Like, I hope UVA fans show up tomorrow and can, like, not get taken over. But that first game it ended up being a 2-1 kind of pitchers duel that we won. Yeah, you won. UVA fans showed up, and I think we were able to not let them get the best of us.
absolutely. I mean, hats off to the ECU fans for sure. I mean, they
Dude,
traveled big, they traveled loud. I mean, that was awesome. I mean, they created an awesome environment, and then our fans rose to the occasion, were
oh
loud
yeah.
as they were, which I thought was awesome and really kind of helped us keep that home field advantage. But I mean, that was an awesome regional, about as good as we could ask for.
Yeah, and then Super Regional against Duke, the first game. I don't remember what the score was, but I think Duke won the first game. And then you guys were able to come back and bang bang hit, like, dropping 1,000 runs on them both games. That was an electric experience as well.
Yeah, I mean, that was awesome. It was a gut wrenching loss on Friday or Thursday or whenever the hell it was, but it was tough to see. And then with Jake flying out to the warning track kind of in the game,
Yeah, so that's what it was.
I mean, that definitely stung, but it was one of those things where it's like, guys, we're right there. Like we got them. We know we can beat them. We'd beaten them already once in the regular season, even though they had taken a series. I mean, we knew we could hang with them. And then I don't want to misspeak, but I believe Griff led off the second game with the home run.
Yeah,
And from there, it
yes, he
was,
did.
I mean, we were off and running. I mean, it was once Griff hit that home run, we never looked back, and worked out.
His first one of the year.
Yeah, I mean, couldn't have come at a better time. I mean, he kept saying,
Right.
we would joke with him about it all year. No juice. That zero on the board's ugly. You're not going to hit a home run this year. All this stuff. I mean, I know I gave him plenty of flack for it. And I mean, his home run couldn't have come at a better time, and couldn't happen to a better guy too. Hard worker and just great kid. So pumped for him that he
Yeah.
got.
So you guys win the last game of the Super Regional. They play that Bowling for Soup Omaha song. You get the ticket, dog pile, everything. Was that about as good of a natural high as there is on the earth?
I mean, it's a feeling that's hard to describe. I mean, I'm not by no means am I a tough guy, but I was probably one of the last guys on the dog pile because I was in the dugout looking for sunglasses because I knew I was going to cry. So I hugged Tommy Courtney. Dapped him up, gave him a hug, and I mean, I lost it. I started crying. I jumped on the dog pile and I'm crying. We're running around the field. I mean, I get to hug my mom, my dad, and I mean, I lost it. It was one of those things where
Yeah,
this is what we've worked so hard for all year. This is what a lot of us have worked our whole careers for, and to finally
exactly.
realize that dream and have the hard work. I mean, I don't want to say pay off, but for lack of a better term, hard work pay off in a sense. I mean, it was awesome, it's incredible.
I mean, yeah, it's for families too, like you said, like driving you to games throughout your childhood and driving all over the place in college to go to games and supporting, and it's like a a big reward at the end of a
It
long
was seemingly just
path
as much
traveled.
for the parents as it was for us too. It seemed like the parents were feeling the same emotions we were. And I mean, I know my mom's a crier a little bit, but she was definitely crying. Dad was crying, um, just talking about how they're excited to see all of us live our dream.
Yeah. Did so I didn't get to make it out to Omaha, but experience of a lifetime. I'm sure one day I'll definitely get out there. But is the steak really that good in Omaha?
So we had, I wish I could remember the name so I could give them a shout out. I think it was Spencer's Steakhouse was right by,
Okay.
I believe that is correct. I don't want to misquote on that, but I believe it was Spencer's Steakhouse was right across from our hotel. So we went as a group first night we got there. And I've heard a lot. I'm like, oh, Omaha steaks got to be pretty good. We'll see. I'll see.
Yeah.
My dad can cook a mean steak, so we'll see what it's all about. Nah, I got a little surf and turf action, and I mean, it definitely lived up to the hype. I got a little filet mignon. I mean,
you
oof,
know,
it was money. It was perfect. Yeah, so shout out to them for giving us a good meal.